Let's look at how we can measure capacitance using SEELab. So the pin that you use for measuring capacitance is in one, and I'm going to use these clips, and I'll connect in one, the orange one, and the other side to ground. Now using these clips, I have this 1 microfarad capacitor, about 5% of tolerance. I'm going to connect one lead to one leg and the other to the other one. That's it. Connections have been made for measuring capacitance. Now coming to the software, this is the oscilloscope interface. Here you have a button to measure capacitance. So let me just click that, and it has measured and it says 1 microfarad right now. But if you want to just focus on capacitance, go to the school level menu, click capacitance, and click this button to measure the capacitance. So it says 1.04 microfarads. Okay, so now let's build a capacitor. So in your textbooks, you have this familiar parallel plate capacitor drawing where the formula is relatively straightforward, epsilon A by D. So let me use a known material. So this is glass, pseudo glass. I can use a vernier to measure the length and breadth and thickness. And the dielectric, well, I'm not sure, it can go from 5 to 10. So let's take the average of 7. And some aluminum or some sort of conductive tape on both sides. So I have one electrode here and the other plate on the other side of the glass. And I've built such a capacitor. So if you look closely, the area of the capacitor is, well, width into length up to here, right? Because after that I made a small electrode on this side and similarly on the other side, which enables me to clip very easily to this capacitor. So let me just place the clips like so and like so. So this is connected. Now returning to the software, here I have my measure capacitance setup. Now one thing is that this is like an exposed antenna also. It's going to pick up all sorts of stray capacitive coupling, inductive coupling from all the power lines nearby. So let me demonstrate. So you see it's 95.5, 95.5. So it's sort of repeatable at 95 picofarads. But if I turn on the power lines, my computer, charger, etc., so there's a lot of fluctuating AC moving nearby, which will affect this reading a lot, as you can see. So keep the lights off and maintain at 95 picofarads. Now, of course, you want to verify that this is actually 95 picofarad. So let me pull up a terminal and I'll use Python. Now the permittivity of free space, which is 8.854, yeah, 8.854 e minus 12 into, now this is the dielectric, into A by D. So we need to calculate the area, and for that, let me just see how much this is. This is the width, so it's about say 25. So that's 0.025 meters into the length, which okay, that's about 66.5. 66.5, so that's 0.0665 by D. 1.1 millimeters is the thickness of this glass slide. There you go, 1.1 millimeters. So that becomes 0.011. So 9.367 e minus 12. Wait, I've missed. Oh, sorry. It should be, it's not 11, it's 1.1. So it's 0011. There. 9.367 e minus 11. So that's 93.6 e minus 12, which is picofarads. So your capacitance that we measured was about 95 picofarads, and we're getting about 93.6 picofarads, which is pretty close. So Let's say the dielectric is actually close to 7. And yeah, so another small note about capacitance measurement using SEELab. When you're measuring very small capacitance values in picofarads range, it uses a constant current source which is inside this device, which can go from about 5 microamps to about 500 microamps. It's selectable, and it charges as a constant current, then measures how much voltage was reached within a given time, and then uses Q is equal to CV and I is this thing, and measures the capacitance. Now, if it's a higher value, like for example the microfarad capacitor that we measured earlier, then it measures the entire charging curve by charging it internally through a 10k resistor, and fits these charged points to the exponential equation, gets the time constant, and then calculates C from the time constant and the known value of the resistor. That was 10k. Thank you.